The show can't start until we crack open a bottle of Revelton. Whether it's their crisp, clean vodka, the bold spice of their rye whiskey, the rich smoothness of bourbon, or the original honey whiskey that started it all, every pour is a taste of craft and passion straight from the heart of Iowa. So pour yourself a drink, settle in, and get ready to relax, laugh, and enjoy the show.
Hey, it's Andrew Downs. I'm proud to support Three Beards Media, and I would love to work with you. If you need merchandise for your company, organization, band, softball team, whatever, I can help. From name brand apparel to promotional items, large orders or small, online stores, and more, I can help your brand stand out. AKC Marketing is local, based in Johnston, and we are an employee-owned business, so our costs are low and our turnaround times are fast. But most importantly, we give you personal service to make sure you get exactly what you're looking for. Email me at andrew@akcmarketing.com or find me on social media, and let's make some cool stuff together. Now sit back and enjoy this Three Beards Media podcast.
From the top of Keenan, kill the roar so loud. Rock and roll, waving, we're a fearless crowd. Under them lights, the fight burns bright. Greatest team assembled, ready for the fight. We stand tall, we stand true. Every game, every play, got the Hawkeye view. Legends rise, and we all knew that the black and gold's coming straight for you. From the Hawkeye view, seen the whole state rise. With a heart so strong and fire in our eyes. On the field, on the court, in the stands, we shine. The best in the game, and the state is mine. Cover Hawkeyes, looking, watch them break that glass. Jumping dimes, hitting threes, never second guess. Full court hustle, hit the sneaker side. With the fight in our veins, we wear that pride. We stand tall, we stand true. Every game, every play, got the Hawkeye view. Legends rise, and we all knew that the black and gold's coming.
All right, good evening. We're back with another episode of Hawk's Eye View. Andrew Barber, Drew Shipley here with you as always. Drew, we were talking about it before the show went on, Alabama, Illinois.
Yeah.
Over under 180 and a half. I love it. I'll talk about it on Locks and Long Shots here in a little bit, but
That's disgusting. That's disgusting. I mean, maybe if it was a Fran McCaffrey Iowa team, I would buy into that.
no, dude, they hit this number against Auburn last year. They hit this against Kentucky when they played them, and Florida when they played them. Those games went
But that Auburn game, didn't Auburn beat Alabama in that game?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But this is the kind of game that Alabama plays. I've been spamming Alabama overs for the better part of 2 years now.
I do like watching Nate Oates' Alabama Crimson Tide basketball team. I really do, actually.
Yeah, it's fast. It's shoot threes, shoot layups, shoot free throws. Nothing in between.
It's like Mike D'Antoni's 8 seconds or less from the Phoenix Suns.
It really is, and it's chuck it up there. And I've seen Illinois play this year too, and they like that kind of style as well. They love that kind of style.
Watch this under-over come in at like 142.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
71, 70, 72, 70 grinder.
No, we're big fans of the over tonight.
Oh,
Huge fans.
Yeah.
So let's do it. You haven't watched Alabama basketball tonight's night.
I mean, I watched it in the tournament, and I like I said, I really enjoy watching them play. They light up the scoreboard, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But also it's another good potential win for the Big Ten. We can talk about that when we talk Iowa men's basketball, maybe. But the Big Ten really endearing themselves in non-conference so far. Yeah, Iowa obviously coming off the loss to USC. Bit of a bummer. 2 weeks back-to-back, really, where we were really, honestly, Drew, I thought about this. We're really 4 plays away from being 10-0. Literally 4 individual plays that you can point to now that if they swing Iowa's way, we're probably 10-0. Probably.
The thing about it to me is usually like if you find yourself in 4 games that like come down to that, there's not a team bad enough or a team good enough to go 4-0 or 0-4 in those scenarios. Like you would find a win or you would find a loss in those 4 different scenarios, right? But to lose all fucking 4 of them in like different fashions, kind of. I was saying it amongst my friend group during the game and the end of the game. Is the defense not that good?
I don't really think that's the case.
Because when push comes to shove, there's one common denominator in all 4 of those games. And it's the defense crumbled in the last possessions of the game.
Yeah, it's
all 4 of them. That's the one common denominator. You needed one final stop to win the game, Oregon.
I understand what you're saying.
Indiana's a little bit different because we had plenty of time to do that. We just didn't have a healthy quarterback.
Well, no, the plays I point to are the Iowa State tight end miracle catch that they made that set up their game-winning field goal. That should have been probably deflected or tipped. It was tipped and ended up in their hands somehow anyways.
Yep.
So that's one. And then I'm talking the screenplay to Moulton, which would have probably gone for a touchdown. And then also the throw to Dante Moore. There's nothing you can do about that one. TJ Hall was right there. Like there's literally nothing.
It was a perfect throw, but it was one play though.
Yeah, but that one play set them up in field goal range, like for sure. And you can't do anything about that one play. So to me, and then the play against USC that I'm talking about is Weechin, the out of bounds play there at the end. If he gets that, we're scoring a touchdown. I think that's kind of a lock. But you talk about the defense, I get it, but believe it was Lysico went through and reviewed a lot of those late catches, a lot of those catches in the second half. And our defense was right there. Our Lee Hall, they were right there with Lemon and Lane on those plays. It's just that those guys went up and got them because they're NFL wide receivers. So really what this season to me highlights is the need for a stud wide receiver. If you have that and you have a quarterback that can throw, you're going to beat an elite college defense. I think that's more what we're seeing rather than the defense is failing, the defense is bad. I think it's more of just we've encountered 3 quarterbacks and wide receiver tandems that are incredible.
Okay. Okay. Well, then let's shift over to the offense. Then you said a quarterback that can throw and an elite wide receiver. Because as great as Mark Gronowski has been on the ground and has provided us 75 to 80% of the offense, his throws are still shoddy, especially in that game at USC. I mean, the one wide open middle of the field route dropped at his feet. The one that was like a phantom bounce off of Jacob Gill's like feet cradle, where he's the only one that can make the play, bounces 5 yards back, picked. Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah, it was a little rough for sure.
I mean, there were throws in that game that just needed to be made. And the one that was wide open that landed at his feet, it was not raining anymore at that point in time. Like the third quarter, where we absolutely needed a first down because we were bleeding. We were bleeding out. They had all the momentum. Nope, not one motherfucking first down.
Yeah, I would agree, but that's where it's tough too, because
the fake punt. Let's talk about that. What the fuck was that?
The fake punt.
It wasn't really a fake punt.
Oh. Why am I not remembering this at all? You got to jog my memory.
Wasn't there? maybe I'm thinking of a different game and I'm in another multiverse. But didn't Gronowski in the center and two guards line up on one side and the rest of the formation on the other on 4th and 5 and fucking ran the ball for 2 yards, fucking turned it over, gave USC just a point out touchdown right after that to make it 21-19?
We did go for it on 4th down.
Where it was like a split where it was just Gronowski, the center, and 2 guards, and the rest of the formation was clear down on the bottom of your screen. You don't remember that whole sequence?
I don't remember that sequence.
4th and 5, and they just try to one-on-one Gronowski versus the fucking linebacker. Stuff for 2 yards, fucking turnover on downs. USC scores like 3 plays later.
No, I don't remember this sequence.
On their own fucking 30-yard line?
No. But
I must be in another multiverse because I swear to God that happened.
Yeah. No, I don't remember that sequence at all. So maybe there's something that I missed there.
I gotta fucking look this shit up.
Okay.
Now I'm like questioning my game watching.
There was a nice trick play. The Philly special, the Iowa special.
They called it the Stella.
The Stella. Yeah, it's named after an Iowa City bar.
That's hilarious.
All their trick plays are named after Iowa City bars, apparently. If you're an Iowa opponent, don't look up the Iowa City bars. So you can hopefully you can't figure out our trick plays because we are a gimmick offense now. No. I thought that was awesome. I love that we were pulling out all the stops. And man, I can't really remember the last time we had a 14-point lead like we did and blew it. Was it 2020? 2020 against Northwestern in game 1?
It's been a long time. I think they said, 32-5?
32-5 in games under Kirk where we have a 14-point lead. That sounds about right.
Something like that. I was at one of those games. I was at Maryland in 2014. We were up 14-0 and lost that.
Oh, yeah. And another one is the 2002 Iowa State debacle where we were crushing them at halftime. And then Northwestern, and then I'm not sure this one, and then I'm not sure what the 5th one is. So, again, that's all that to say that it's rare. This isn't the kind of thing that Iowa does, so that was kind of a gut punch as well because typically under Kirk with a 14-point lead, we're not giving the game away most times.
No, we're not.
We're finding a way to grind it out and win, but yeah, credit to USC, I guess. I would say they're a pretty good team. They're going to have their own shot at the playoffs now, potentially.
Oh, they're getting fucking drubbed by Oregon this weekend. It's fine.
Probably, but they do have a realistic shot. If they beat Oregon, obviously that would put them in their driver's seat to control their own destiny, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're a decent team, so you got to hand it to them. And they have an NFL quarterback and a couple of NFL wide receivers, specifically probably the best wide receiver that we've played so far. That Mekhi Lemon is probably the best wide receiver that we've played, I would say. I like Surratt and Cooper from Indiana. We didn't play really a truly great wide receiver against Oregon, I didn't think, because their stud freshman DeCorian Moore was out, so we didn't have to handle him, and there's not really anybody else that's coming to my mind that we played that's as good as Mekhi Lemon. So he's probably the best we'll see all year, I would imagine. I talked about it a little bit. I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. There is 2 games left, Drew, but what's the biggest need in the offseason for you for this Iowa football team?
Oh, God. That's tough because we've gotten a 3-star commit at wide receiver this week, right?
Yeah, we did.
We got a 4-star that was a 2027 4-star that reclassed to 26 as a tight end. That's a 3-star now, right?
Yeah, that's the Brewer kid from Norwalk.
Yeah. We feel good about our quarterback room and the youth that's in there, right? With, not necessarily Hank Brown. I would say he's probably the odd man out, and he's probably in the transfer portal again. Would be my guess.
Yeah, I'd say there's a strong chance of that. Yeah, I don't think that it's quarterback.
I don't think it is either. I think it's in the back 7 of the defense. I want some experienced linebackers like the Nick Jackson transaction we did.
Okay. I could get on board with that. But I think overall the biggest need to me is wide receiver.
That's fair.
I think we just need to take 80-90% of whatever NIL budget or of that revenue sharing budget that we have and just say to some high profile wide receiver, hey, do you want to make $5 to $8 million playing 1 year or 2 years at Iowa? Here it is. Come be a game changer for our offense. Come be the Jaden Reed in Tim Lester's offense. And I think we gotta just bite the bullet and do that and spend the money that it takes to get a primetime wide receiver. Because one's going to come available, and I think we just need to say, this is the guy. Pick a guy, go for it.
Yeah. Dude, I must be hallucinating. I don't think that play that I was talking about, that fake punt thing, ever happened. That happened in a game, and I remember talking about it with my friends.
It happened in a game that wasn't Iowa. It was the Newton Cardinals.
Oh, fuck.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to bring
I
that
knew
up.
I knew it was in my football memory bank. I knew it happened.
When you said it, I said, I remember that game in high school with Newton playing Xavier in the state semifinals. I remember them pulling that off.
And it was just as devastating. It just bled into Saturday.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what happened. Yep. Thank you.
Definitely a devastating loss there. I'm sorry. Because I was looking forward to
another double-digit fucking loss.
I was looking forward to the rematch, man. Pella Newton for the 4A final. I was looking forward to that rematch.
I wish you good luck tomorrow night.
We'll see, bud.
You just keep giving the ball to Emmanuel Diers. You might be okay.
Call your mom. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. For anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, Pella's running back has a back plate that says "Call your mom." So when he's running by you, as a defender, that's what you see is "Call your mom." So I'm really surprised that Pella, the coaches and everything, actually allow that kind of thing.
It is interesting because they did like a big like feature spread on him on what was that, Channel 13 last week, of his like adoption and like his family life and like how he's been raised to be such a good kid and like good character, stuff like that. That wouldn't be something I would expect to see on the kid. And where is he going to school?
I do not want to get this wrong.
Is he going to a fairly large, like he's going to
something that's like, Harrison Mullins, who's on the Pella team, is going to South Dakota State, I believe. Emmanuel Diers is going to some school like on that level, but not South Dakota.
So like a top FCS program?
Like a top FCS program. Yes. But I can't remember which one.
I'll look it up. We can continue.
All right, you look it up. You be our research guy on that. But I believe it was a fairly big FCS program. I could be wrong. Yeah, didn't mean to get too sidetracked there, but
Yep. Well, at least we cleared it up. It was like I knew it happened in my life, and that's what it was. Yep. No.
yeah. But yeah, I think the biggest need is wide receiver in the transfer portal. I'm talking. And then from there, I really would highly value a premier edge rusher. I think that would bring everything together for Iowa really, really well if they got a standout edge rusher and then a stud wide receiver. I think that would really have Iowa firing on all cylinders because we'll lose TJ Hall, Xavier Nwampa, and it sounds like Cohen Entringer. Drew. We can go through this in the offseason, but it sounds like Cohen Entringer is going to jump on us.
Is he?
To the pros. He's going through senior day.
I'm gonna be honest with you, especially in these like games where we needed to have it in the ranked games. I haven't been that impressed with Entringer.
He's had a couple of rough moments, so maybe we can talk him into coming back.
I just don't see where you would put him on the draft board. He's not. I wouldn't even put him on the senior Sebastian Castro level, and that was a downgrade from his junior, what should have been an All-American season.
Right. So I think Cohen Entringer should come back, but I can't make his decision for him.
Right? He can go and be undrafted and make fucking whatever. $750,000 to be a practice squad member. Good for you, bud.
He probably could. He probably could. And then he would probably eventually latch on somewhere and start playing. And that's just kind of how it goes for Iowa guys in the NFL sometimes. They don't get drafted or they get drafted late and then they just latch on and never let go.
I mean, where was Jack Campbell drafted? 4th round?
Jack Campbell was a second rounder.
Jack Campbell was 2nd round?
Yeah, second rounder to Detroit. Detroit took, so in that same draft, Detroit took Jahmyr Gibbs and Laporta in the 1st and Campbell in the 2nd.
Lions love the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, they do, apparently.
And the Texans love the Cyclones.
For whatever reason, yes. But those are two different teams.
Fucking weird.
It is kind of weird. But yeah, so we got some work to do there, and then we are going to miss Max Llewellyn, Graves, and Herkett is moving on too. So that's why I say,
oh yeah, Llewellyn and Graves. That's a huge loss. Herkett at times has played well.
He's steady though. He's steady. Like he's never been the guy who's going to get you a bunch of sacks. He's just a steady guy on that line who helps in the run defense and those kinds of things.
But you know what, Andrew? Here's the thing about the Iowa Hawkeye defense is we've been here before. We've lost a lot of starters and be like, what are we going to do? How is he going to reload? How are they going to perform with like basically no names, a refresh, restart with a bunch of sophomores and juniors that have never played? And somehow when we get to October, November, it's a top 20 unit.
Right. But this is where I'm saying because of the inexperience on the back end, I think it helps you a lot in football in general, where if you have a great edge rusher, that helps your defensive backfield.
100%.
It just does. Because
I mean, do we see Epinesa take a step?
Yeah, I do think Yosei Epinesa, Brian Allen, I think Bryce Hawthorne will be big. I think he's going to have a good year next year. So it's not like we're completely devoid of talent there or depth or anything like that. Like the room's in a decent spot. I just think getting a star edge rusher would just take it to another level, really.
Yeah.
And bring kind of an element on defense that we haven't had in a while. Because the last time we had a guy like that, Van Ness,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
And our defense was really good, but I mean that defense had a lot of talent beyond Van Ness too.
Speaking of not having it on defense, like, does it seem to you like we've lacked the amount of like critical turnovers this season? Like, how many picks do we have? How many, like, where are we in the turnover margin on this?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I mean, typically we're in the top 5 of interceptions every year in Division I football. I doubt we're in the top 40.
Yeah, we sorry, I'm just trying to pull it up.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. Like, on the surface, without like looking it up, doesn't it seem like it's a season that's lacked turnovers?
Yeah, we have 10 interceptions as a team, 2 fumble recoveries.
It's more than I thought, I guess.
10 interceptions as a team and 2 fumble recoveries, and we've thrown 6 interceptions. And how many times have we fumbled? I don't know if I can figure that out real quick.
Several.
I don't feel like we fumbled often. I don't know. It's probably right.
Caden Weechen's at least 2 by himself.
Yeah. Well, I would say that we're probably +2 or something like that on the season in turnovers.
That's not a number that you typically see. Like, typically you see Iowa Hawkeye defense like plus double digits.
Yeah, I would say that's probably more where we're used to being is +6 or 7.
And maybe that's the difference in the season, Andrew, is like getting the turnover when you fucking needed it. And like, if you're only +2 in the season, 10 games in, that's not where we usually sit. And maybe it's because we've been spoiled for like this last, I don't know, 15 years.
It's maybe because we've been spoiled, but I think it goes back again to my point where you're playing better teams with better quarterbacks.
Yeah, you're not sitting in the Big Ten West and beating them up.
Yeah, we're not playing bad quarterbacks for the most part. I mean, even some of the teams that we've beat have decent quarterbacks too. I'll throw Rutgers out there. I think they had a decent quarterback in Kelly McManus and the way he played, but we generated some turnovers against them.
I was gonna say they could have beat us.
Yeah, they could have beat us. We could be 5-5, staring down the barrel of 5-5 right now with 2 games left to play. Yeah, I think that's a good point, but I would say that the competition is steeper, and that plays into that in a big way.
Sure.
So, all right. Drew, you want to take a break and then come back and talk Michigan State and maybe a little bit of basketball too?
Sure. Let's do that.
All right. We'll be right back.
All right.
Making great tasting bourbon requires the perfect combination of ingredients, conditions, and time. The longer it rests, the better it tastes. Revelton Distillery's new single barrel bourbon is made from 80% corn, sourced 100% from Iowa farmers. And unlike mass-produced bourbons, each barrel of Revelton's single barrel bourbon is unique, proofed on when it tastes best. As they like to say, it'll be ready when it's ready. And to ensure the highest standards of quality and flavor, owners Rob and Christy Taylor oversee the production and bottling. Every single barrel. Iowa born, Iowa aged, Iowa bottled. Try the new single barrel bourbon from Iowa's own Revelton Distillery. ReveltonDistillery.com.
Gentlemen, let's be honest. Finding the perfect gift for your wife or girlfriend isn't always easy. You want something thoughtful, stylish, and unique. And that's exactly what you'll find at Styled by JJ Boutique. Julia Bradshaw and her team strive to be your go-to boutique for casual, boho, and chic clothing and accessories, helping women elevate their style one piece at a time. Located right here in Johnston, Iowa, Styled by JJ brings trendy, high-quality fashion that boosts confidence without breaking the bank. So, if you're looking for a gift that says, I get you, instead of I tried, head to Styled by JJ Boutique. Because nothing makes her smile like feeling beautiful. Styled by JJ Boutique, where style meets confidence. Visit our Johnston location or shop online at styledbyjjboutique.com.
Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing your home, or if it's simply time to renovate the one you're already living in, you need an experienced mortgage professional to help you analyze your financing options and to make sure the closing goes smoothly. And that's exactly what you get when you call Kyle Lehman at Wintrust Mortgage. Kyle's experience and expertise, coupled with Wintrust's rates and programs, ensures you'll get the mortgage that's right for you. You may even qualify for down payment assistance. Before you reach out to a realtor, call Kyle and get pre-qualified, empowering you to start shopping for the home of your dreams. Call Kyle at 515-473-0546. Kyle Lehman Wintrust Mortgage, 515-473-0546.
All right, we're back, and Drew, hopefully you're with us. I know you've been having a little trouble on your end, but hopefully that subsides.
It's bizarro world. The studio is working when we're live, so it's fine. It's just the commercials are saying they're not supported on my browser all of a sudden. So when I leave the studio and I come back, it's playing, and it goes to the next ad and it says can't play this one. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know. Doesn't matter. I'm here. I'm here, baby.
All right, no worries. We're back. Michigan State, not the season that many people I think were expecting from them. They're 3-7. They're 0-7 in the conference. They just got throttled by Penn State, and we know the deal with Penn State already. I mean, they on the at home against Penn State, and they lost 28-10. So it has not been pretty for them. Their only 3 wins are Western Michigan, Boston College, and Youngstown State, and they barely squeaked out that game with Boston College, who's struggling in their own right. So not an impressive team. I think everybody expected Jonathan Smith and Aiden Childs to really elevate this squad, and it has not happened yet. And also I think Childs has kind of been benched, and they've played some other quarterbacks as well, which to me is one of the more surprising outcomes of this season. So we remember last year with Michigan State where they kind of boat raced us and we had a tough time tackling, and they gained a lot of yards. It was one of the worst defensive performances that we've seen in recent memory. So, yeah, with that being said, what do you think? What are you thinking? What's on your mind for the Saturday?
I swear, if I drive up there 5 hours on Saturday to watch us get boat raced by Michigan State again, I'm quitting. I'm quitting football.
I think that's fair. That's one thing that we haven't said yet. Both of us will be at this game.
That's awesome.
I was able to obtain free tickets. Thank you to one of Bethany's coworkers there. They were just giving their tickets away. So I said, well, she said, actually, why not? Let's go. Let's do it. And so free tickets, why not?
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
Same. So I actually won my tickets on Iowa Everywhere.
Oh, great.
through our friend Andrew Downs.
Oh, awesome. So we're just going for free.
Yeah.
That's great.
100%.
We didn't have to spend a dime to go to Iowa football this year.
Nope. Just the parking.
Right.
Just the parking, and my friend's going to do that. Is tagging along for the ticket, so I don't have to do that.
I think we're gonna park way out and ride the bus in.
Are you?
Yeah.
Have they fired back up the Hawkeye Express? I heard there was rumors of that.
No, they haven't fired it back up, but you can park at like the auditorium.
Okay.
The Hampshire Auditorium, and then they roll buses in like 4 hours before the game time.
Okay, all right.
And then, unfortunately, usually on the way back, you have to walk because there's a huge line for the bus.
Gotcha.
Everybody wants to bus back, but you just walk, and it's like a 20-minute walk.
Well, hopefully it's a blowout and we can leave like early fourth quarter and it's like 35-7.
Oh, not me, Drew. I don't leave until it's over.
I want to see the scrubs play. God damn it!
I do because if we get that's one of my goals for this game is see Jeremy Hecklinski play.
And real downs that matter, like actually let a rip some throws and shit. Like, yeah, I would like that. I would like that
because I think we need to. I mean, I know that the staff has a high degree of confidence in him, but you and I need to see it for ourselves before next season.
Yeah, in a Big Ten game, I don't want to see it against fucking Northern Illinois.
Right. We need to see it in a Big Ten game.
Yep.
Because there's been a lot of talk about him, and if he's everything that he's been advertised to be, then we do not need to spend a dime on quarterback this offseason.
I said that at the beginning of the year that I feel like that they could do a better job distributing their net pool of money across multiple positions instead of just all of your eggs in the quarterback basket. That's what I would like to see.
Yeah, I understand kind of the mentality of distributing it out. I'm all in on getting a wide receiver just because we need to keep. We already know that the running game works with Tim Lester. It works. It just does. Doesn't matter what the passing game looks like. It works.
Now we were joking offline in a conversation that if Sam Levitt is available and it comes with Jordan Tyson, then
sure
all gloves are off. I'm taking Sam Levitt and Jordan Tyson. I don't give a shit about that
right
at that point.
If like a top end quarterback for some reason just really wanted to come to Iowa, and that meant a package deal with a wide receiver, well, even if a top end quarterback wanted to come to Iowa, you just take that guy.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably looking for just fantasy land here, right? Say you can land Sam Levitt, you have the money to, and it comes with Jordan Tyson, right? What's that price tag you think for
10
both?
million, 10 million plus.
I was thinking 7 to 8, and just for the fact that Sam Levitt, you get 2 years of control instead of the Gronowski one season. We wish we could have him another season and see this offense grow under him, right? But you get 2 seasons with him and a senior season out of Jordan Tyson if he doesn't go to the NFL, right? Which he probably is. He's probably number 2 or number 3 off the board at wide receiver.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Jeremiah Smith is still a sophomore, so he's not even eligible.
No, it's not a phenomenal wide receiver class, so Tyson will be a high wide receiver draft pick.
Probably somewhere in 10 through 20.
Yep. Ohio State will have Carnell Tate. Carnell Tate's draft eligible, and he will probably go top 10.
The USC wide receivers?
Yep. Mm-hmm. No. So my thought with wide receiver is it's got to be someone that's played at the FBS level.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Otherwise,
your investment's not worth it. You want to do it on a fucking experiment when our biggest question mark of Iowa football offensively has been the wide receiver position. Yeah, you gotta buy a proven player. You're not gonna waste money on whatever, the Gronowski equivalent of wide receiver.
Right. Well, I mean, if we had the Gronowski equivalent of wide receiver, I guess I could be content with that, though.
Yeah, if we're only paying him like $750,000 or something, not like not $2 million.
Yeah. But one thing that I will say is that some of the wide receivers that we tried to bring in this year, 3 of them come to mind. Griffin Wilde went to Northwestern, having
Just
a great,
disgusting.
having a good season though. And Cooper Burkhardt went to Duke.
Northwestern should have beat fucking Michigan at Wrigley too.
I know,
Unbelievable.
but Cooper Burkhardt went to Duke, having a good season. And we wanted Jordan Dwyer from Idaho, who went to TCU, having a good season. So
they're having good seasons with teams that suck. But not necessarily TCU. TCU is probably Iowa level, right? Like 7.
Yeah, I don't mean teams that
but
suck. My point was the evaluation from the staff of wide receiver is there. They just got to land.
You got to land them because you have to have a proof of concept, Andrew, that we can actually get them the fucking ball.
I know, but you need the guy, and then that will kind of build. So that's why I say it's going to be an overpay at wide receiver this offseason.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And you need to do it just to literally overpay for a guy.
Man, I don't know.
To get it done.
Man, I don't know.
Has to be done, Drew.
Proof of concept. Whatever happened to Oliver Martin?
Yeah, I don't know.
And the ones that we did have here transferred to Purdue and were fucking All-Americans.
Unfortunately, yes. But
it's not like we haven't had them. We can't get them the ball. We have no proof of concept to land somebody like that. None.
Not at this. Well, I think we have it more with Tim Lester than we do with Brian Ferentz.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think there's something to sell there with Tim Lester still.
We're still below the top 100 in passing.
I know, but I think we can find a guy this offseason. In fact, I think we might be playing against a guy who would be a good fit this weekend. Nick Marsh, wide receiver from Michigan State. I think he's been a little bit maligned there in his career. It's his second year. He's a sophomore, true sophomore. 48 catches, 559 yards, and 5 touchdowns. That is a guy that I would be pretty big on bringing to Iowa City if you wanted to come, because he's played at the Big Ten level. He's a decent player. I think he was a 4-star kid coming out of high school. He's got some size. He's got some speed. He burned us last year. I vividly remember him absolutely torching us last year.
Is there talk that he's wanting to seek the transfer portal, or is this just a wish list?
I think this is maybe just wish casting for Nick Marsh, but I think it's a very real possibility, especially with how the season's gone for Michigan State, that you can see. I mean, there's really talk about Jonathan Smith getting fired, and it's only year 2.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No.
There's talk about him getting let go at the end of the year.
He's never won a Big Ten game, has he? Didn't they go 0 for last year too? No, because they beat Iowa.
They beat us, but they beat some other teams too. They had a better year last year. They went 6-6 last year.
Oh, okay. All right.
Drew.
All right.
They found a way to win a couple of Big Ten games last year. 3, I think.
Talk about a fall from like grace of the D'Antonio era, where like college football playoff, I don't know, top 20, like 4 out of 5 years or some shit like that.
Yeah, top 25 consistently, very, very much like Iowa in a lot of ways. To be quite honest, strong, physical, tough. Yeah. They were very much like peak Iowa.
And then it turned out that their locker room was cancer and their staff was even worse.
Yeah, and then Mel Tucker was awful.
Oh yeah, that experiment. Woo!
Yeah. So that being said, Drew, if I was any sort of motivated for this game on Saturday, they're 16.5-point favorites. I think we're going to cover every bit of that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And then some. If we're any sort of motivated, which I think we will be, final home game in Kinnick this year. Want to send all the guys who are going to leave the program after this year off on a good note. I think there's definitely some guys in there who have stayed through, thick and thin. And
Yep.
I also just feel like Gronowski as a leader is going to do his best to not let the team not be focused.
Sure.
We also know that Kirk Ferentz bounces back after losses a lot of the time. And we've got 2 golden opportunities here in November. Did we want to talk Nebraska too? Because I don't know if you wanted to do a show next Wednesday.
Probably not, because I'll be in Iowa.
Yeah.
I mean, we not really.
Okay. There's not a ton to talk about because Raiola's out for the year.
There is some like Nebraska news that kind of is out there. Raiola's brother decommitted from Nebraska today.
I think signs are pointing towards the Raiola exodus from Nebraska, but maybe also, I know he signed that extension, but I think Matt Rule might find a way out of that, baby. I think he might.
He might.
I think there's a chance that Matt Rule finds his way out of his contract, and Matt Rule and Raiola are gone off to their next destination. So that being said, I think Iowa's going to be favored in their last 2 games.
Here's the thing: is even when Raiola was healthy, he's not the second coming of fucking Mahomes. Like he's not.
No,
he's not that good.
But for them, he was really carrying their offense.
I mean, I would argue Tommy Armstrong had a better contribution to the University of Nebraska than this fucking cat.
I love Tommy Arm Punt. He was one of my favorite players. That's what I called him.
I'm dead serious, though.
Yeah, but for this year's Nebraska team, he was, say what you will about him, he was carrying their offense.
He was the offense, yes.
Yeah. Without him, the offense is, well, it's a little rough. So I feel good because we're taking a huge step down in competition these last 2 weeks here with Michigan State and Nebraska. It's
for sure. Yeah.
Night and day from what we experienced. So this weekend I'm looking for Iowa Minnesota type throttling against Michigan State. I'm gonna go something like 35-6. I'll give Michigan State 2 field goals. 35-6.
Give me the daily double. Give me 31-7 in both the Michigan State and Nebraska game.
Oh my!
The daily double. 31-7.
I think Nebraska will somehow keep it a little closer though. 24-10. Iowa, Nebraska.
This game screams 2017 Black Friday.
Okay.
Of where they just fucking wiped the floor with him in the first quarter and a half, and then there was just no recovery from it.
Okay. Yeah, I hope Iowa's extremely motivated these last 2 weeks because we can still get a somewhat decent bowl game.
Still go play in Tampa in the ReliaQuest Bowl.
Yeah, it could be a decent bowl game.
Projected Texas, by the way.
Oh, give me that. Let's go. Let's go beat Texas.
That would be intriguing.
Yeah, let's do it. See, there's intriguing matchups out there. Hey, maybe we can play Alabama after they lose again.
We want Bama.
We do want current Bama.
It would be like the year that Alabama played in the Orange Bowl against, who was that? Was that Oklahoma, where they wiped the floor with them because Alabama opted out like everybody?
Yeah. Hey, can I just say if Caden Proctor goes to the NFL, he'll have won as many championships at Bama as he would have at Iowa?
That's funny.
So his whole thing about going to Bama for championships, let's see how that worked out, buddy. 0.
Alabama, I think, is still going to find their way in the college football playoff, and I wouldn't want to play them. I'm just saying.
I would definitely want to play them. I saw how they played against Oklahoma. I would love to play Alabama. Let's do it.
Has Oklahoma been underrated in this whole fucking season?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. But
Maybe they're just really fucking good. They're back.
maybe.
What
Well,
didn't they crush Texas? In the Red River rivalry, didn't they kill them?
I think they did.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did.
Who did Oklahoma lose to? Now that I say that,
Good question.
is it something stupid like South Carolina?
Yeah, it could have been. It probably was when Mateer went out with his injury.
I'm fairly certain it was.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up. We can continue.
Go ahead and continue. But I think Iowa played the best team in college football. They played Indiana.
Indiana.
Yeah, I think they played the best team in college football this year.
Maybe.
I think so. I have a lot of faith in the Indiana Hoosiers. A lot of faith. No. And I think Mendoza is probably going to be your Heisman winner.
I was absolutely wrong. It was the opposite. Actually, Texas kicked OU's ass in the Red River rivalry 23-6.
Wow.
And then they lost to Ole Miss by 8.
Got it.
But, I mean, then they followed it up by beating Tennessee at Tennessee.
Yeah.
Alabama at Alabama.
Yep.
They've also beat Michigan this year.
Yes.
I mean, that's a fucking great resume.
Yeah, it's a pretty good resume. They've had a tough schedule.
Yeah.
No. Don't want to go too deep into that, but I think the Big Ten is looking at 3 teams in the college football playoff.
Yeah, USC is going to get eliminated this weekend.
Yeah, if they were to somehow get more than 3, it would involve chaos.
It would involve Michigan beating Ohio State.
Yes, I think so. I also think there's a chaos scenario where the Big Ten could get 5, but that's extreme chaos scenario.
What does that look like? USC wins and Michigan wins?
Yep, USC and Michigan win against Oregon and Ohio State. And
But
then
Oregon might be the last team in.
Yeah, I would say Oregon would be the last team in that isn't group of 5.
Because they're already 2 losses, right?
Uh-huh. No, they're one loss. They would be 2 losses. So
they couldn't possibly leave out a 2-loss Oregon, could they? I mean, the way they handled Indiana, or no, Indiana handled them. Never mind.
Yeah, the situation that I'm describing involves Alabama, Texas, and Oklahoma all losing again. They all would have to lose.
Who do they all have left?
Alabama has some no-name team.
And Auburn.
And Auburn. So Alabama would have to lose to Auburn.
Possible.
Yeah. Oklahoma has LSU and oh gosh, some other unranked SEC team that I can't remember. It's halfway decent.
Who'd we just say? Oklahoma?
Yeah.
I just had their schedule up. Oh, Mizzou.
Missouri. Hey, Missouri will beat Oklahoma, and that will screw everything up. No.
I mean, it's again possible, but it is at OU.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Missouri's without Bo Pribula, so it ain't happening.
Yeah.
But no. So I'll personally be rooting for the Big Ten to get more representatives, but I don't think it's realistic.
That would also assume that ACC and Big 12 only get 1 apiece as well, right? You're saying Texas Tech wins the Big 12 championship team or game, bumps BYU out.
I'm saying it really doesn't matter who wins the Big 12 championship. Winner is getting in, losers out.
You think Texas Tech, if they lose the Big 12 championship team they're out?
Potentially. Yeah, I think they would.
Dude, they are poised for the chaos that they endured last year, with a whole bunch of potential tying for that second spot in the Big 12 title game. Have you seen their standings?
Yeah.
Arizona State's still alive.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no. Yeah, it's the Chaos Conference there
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, ACC is only getting one.
Yep.
I'm
Agreed.
trying to come up with a way to not have the SEC have 5 teams in the college football playoff. That's what I'm really trying to do in my head.
I think it's possible.
Yeah, how do we?
There's
how do we-
absolutely there's no way that the Big Ten gets more than the SEC though. I don't care what happens. There's no way that happens.
That's what I would like. That's what I would like to happen.
That's not going to happen, bro.
I know. But we should do everything we can to arrange that. So, no. All right. Well, that'll probably do it on the football front. Men's basketball, they played Southeast Missouri State. I know Southeast Missouri State's record, Drew, 1-4. That team went into Mizzou, who's a middle of the pack SEC team, and almost won.
They only lost by like 3, didn't they? When they like
lost by 5.
87, 83 or some shit. 87, yes, somewhere in there.
89-84 at Mizzou.
That's pretty crazy. I mean, Mizzou must just have a hard time playing against mid majors because fucking Drake whooped that ass in March.
Right. Exactly. But no, I think that 1-4 for SEMO is a little bit deceiving there.
I would agree.
It's I think Iowa played a great game, probably one of their better games all around, I would say. And the defense for the men has been as good as advertised. The offense has been better than advertised. The pace has been slow still. That's okay, though. With the way that things look, it's fine. I'm not concerned. Going into Thanksgiving week, I think we'll get to see them play Ole Miss and then Grand Canyon or Utah in back-to-back days. Ole Miss is the best of that bunch based on the early season results by far. Iowa and Ole Miss are the best of that bunch. Iowa and Ole Miss are pretty close in every ranking that you want to look at. Ken Palm, Torvik. It's early for those kinds of analytical tools, but they have Iowa and Ole Miss like neck and neck in those analytics. So that's going to be a good game, I would say, and hopefully Iowa can pull it out.
Yeah, Chicago State doesn't wet your whistle tomorrow. 0-5.
I'm not worried about Chicago State.
Look, man. Yeah, I'm not going to get fired up until Thanksgiving week about the men.
Sure, because
I think that this team has done everything that we expected of it.
Sure.
Defensively, I think the nation is learning more about Bennett Sturts and how great he is and how well he runs that offense. Fulgaris has been arguably maybe the most valuable player on the court thus far. I mean,
he's awesome.
Production wise.
He's awesome.
I mean, I think this team goes as far as those two freaking carry it, man. Like, they're really good.
Well, I've really liked what I've seen out of Trevin Urick too.
Okay, yeah.
I think he's, for a true freshman, a guy who was Iowa Mr. Basketball, a part of back-to-back state championship teams at Valley. He's 6'11", and he has shown a lot of good things, even the ability to shoot the three as a 7-footer, and his passing's good. And yeah, he's a decent player. I think he's going to continue to grow. He's going to struggle at times this year, but I like what he's shown through these first few games. Love Tate Sage too. I think he might have been quite the steal for this staff. He was only like a low 3-star recruit, but I think he was kind of a steal too. It's been good. So I'm excited for the jump up in competition as we kind of go through Thanksgiving week, and then December is tough too with Iowa State and some conference opponents.
Yeah.
Big week for the women as well. They get to play Baylor, number 7 Baylor.
That's huge. That's
Yeah.
absolutely huge.
And I think we're actually, if you look at like the ESPN breakdown on percentages of who's going to win, we're heavily favored, even though we're ranked lower than Baylor.
Yeah, it says 68.8.
Yeah, so I don't know enough about Baylor to say what's going on there, but I think that's just a reflection of how good Iowa's looked in the early season. Blew out both Drake and Northern Iowa, who are in-state opponents. It wasn't close. I think both those programs are a little bit down from where they normally are. But
there's no way to me this matchup predictor is 68.8% Iowa. There's no way.
I don't know. It's like, is it accurate? Is it not? But
that's why you play the game. That's what they used to say.
I know. Yeah. No, it's been a good opening part of the season. I think Chit Chat Right has been better than what we thought.
I think that's the biggest surprise. Actually, is just the level of contribution. She leads the team in points and assists at point guard, right?
Yeah,
and Hannah Stolke's kind of taken a back seat,
right?
Offensively.
To both Hayden and Hayes. Hayden and Hayes are second and third leading scorers, and Ava Hayden is almost averaging a double-double.
Yeah, Addie Deal is seeing minimal minutes, right? I didn't expect that. Which is fine. I don't know, man. Chit Chat Right, yeah, that is like the biggest surprise thus far, and it's great to see actually.
She's been awesome. I think there's just a lot more depth with this year's team than there was last year.
And size.
Yeah, we can beat other teams in a lot of different ways.
It'll be interesting to see the Baylor matchup because they're traditionally a big squad down low, right? They grinder days and just beat you up 6'6", 6'7", like monsters down there. I think Iowa has a squad that can compete in the paint as opposed to more of a finesse, have to shoot it well type game.
Yeah. Baylor's leading scorer this year is a guard, Talia Scott, who is averaging 24.5 points per game.
That's got to be top 10 in the country, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Pretty high.
Yeah, she shoots 7 threes a game at 35%, gets to the free throw line 8 times per game. So she's your dominant.
She's not Russell Westbrook. She's Shane Gilgeous-Alexander of women's basketball.
SGA is really efficient, though. I would suggest to you that this is not very efficient. So she's a gunner. They have
if efficient is getting a foul, forcing a foul on the other team every other possession, then yes, I would say that's efficient.
Well, gets it done. They have
it's true.
They have 2 6-foot forwards, so we have the size to match up them, and maybe they have a 6'4" forward as well. So they do have some size there, but we definitely have the size to match up with that.
Now, is this at Baylor or is this a neutral site? Because it looks like it's a tournament of some sort.
It's a neutral site at the ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex, and Iowa plays on Thursday and Saturday. So we play Baylor on Thursday and Miami on Saturday.
Oh, will the Cavender twins be in attendance?
I don't know. I don't know.
It sounds like I should take a trip.
And that'll be another test for our size, as Miami has Rashaya Kyle, who's 6'6", and is their leading scorer.
Oh yeah, 15-7. Yeah.
15-7, and then a couple of good guards here as well. They're not ranked.
The Cavender twins are not on this year's squad, so they must.
No, they haven't been on the squad for a couple of years.
They must have graduated, or they dropped out and just went to TikTok.
Yep, they dropped out and went to TikTok.
Such a dick man.
I don't know. So we'll be able to come back in a couple weeks here on basketball and football and give our postseason on football and really probably have a lot clearer picture of what the men's and the women's team look like.
Yeah, man. Then we get into the Cy-Hawk matchups, the early Big Ten schedules that the men's schedules provide. I kind of like it. I kind of don't. I think this year's squad with the schedule that the Iowa men have, I think they'll be more battle tested going in.
Yeah.
The Big Ten schedule as opposed to playing Augustana College and stuff like that. So
we're really looking forward to the Iowa men's game against Michigan State, especially given what Michigan State did to Kentucky last night. They
kind of look like the real deal, huh?
Yeah. So early season Big Ten men's basketball. Here's kind of how I see the pecking order right now. Purdue 1, Illinois 2, Michigan State 3, Michigan 4, then probably UCLA 5. I would put Iowa 6, and then I would put Wisconsin 7. And then from there, it's really take your pick of anybody.
I'm sure you've watched way more non-conference Big Ten basketball than I have. So I would definitely agree with the top 3 because I have seen those in primetime games. And
Michigan's good.
And winning them. So no pushback from the top 3 there. And like I said, I haven't watched much. Like I said, getting after Thanksgiving, I'll be locked in.
Yeah, I'm pretty locked in early, but I'm kind of a college basketball sicko. So
yeah, you have a problem.
Maybe.
It's only a problem if you admit it, right?
Yeah. Maybe. But I'll watch entirely too much college basketball this year, so you don't have to.
All right, cool.
Yeah. To everybody else listening at home, you don't have to either because I'll do it for you.
There you go. Andrew Barber's going to come out with his own Ken Palm ratings.
Yeah. No, I'm not that nerdy. I don't know enough about statistics to create something that complex. I do like to look at Ken Palm, and there's another one, Bart Torvik, as well, which is just a little bit different variation, Ken Palm. So I keep a close eye on those as the year goes on.
I got a question before we kind of wrap up tonight's episode.
Let's do it.
So I counted out from the other day's AP poll of where Iowa sits, and they're technically 38th with only 3 votes. Do you think that's fair going in, or do you think they should be approaching that?
Yeah, we haven't played enough of anybody to really change that.
That's fair.
I wish that Xavier was better than they were.
Oh yeah.
I think I think a lot of people were expecting Xavier to be a little bit better.
I'd expect a tournament team or like a bubble team, but
a bubble team for sure is what I expected out of Xavier.
That coming into the 19th of November is not what that team is. That's for sure.
No, they're going to be trying to stay off the bottom in the Big East.
Yep.
For sure. So, yeah, we'll gain that respect if we sweep our Thanksgiving week against Ole Miss and or Grand Canyon or Utah. I feel good about us against Grand Canyon or Utah.
That's fair.
I think it's a 50-50 toss-up with Ole Miss.
Right on.
So, Yeah, we'll probably be real close to that top 25 if we pull wins out there. We win out in November.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's what I think we need to do to be close.
No.
All right.
All right, brother.
Anything else before we call in tonight?
Iowa had a disappointing wrestling duels final against Ohio State on Sunday evening. I believe it was 23-12. Iowa won 4 matches. They forfeited the 285 heavyweights because apparently we don't have anybody healthy at 285 right now, so that's kind of a downfall. But it's November wrestling, right? Ohio State was number 4. We were number 3. I'm not sure what the rankings or when the wrestling rankings come out, but they'll probably just be flip-flop. Iowa will drop to 4. Actually, Ohio State might go up to number 2 because they also beat number 2 Nebraska like 35-3. Like they went to 4 with Nebraska compared to Iowa.
So I'm assuming Penn State's still number 1.
Yeah, that's an assumption. Yeah.
Okay. I'll just assume they're number 1 until you tell me they're not.
Good assumption, Andrew. Yes, Penn State is number 1 until I say otherwise.
Okay. So Ohio State may be better at wrestling this year than we expected.
Yeah, yep, for sure.
Okay.
But,
all right.
That's all I got, man.
All right. That's great. We'll be back with you guys in 2 weeks, I think, in the first Wednesday of December. We're already there.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is. All right. Well, thank you for listening, everyone. Have a great night.
Have a great Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
All right.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Talking football, talking hoops, every sport in between. IOWA, yeah, you know what I mean. From a Hawks eye view, see the whole state rise. With a heart so strong and fire in our eyes. On the field, on the court, in the stands we shine. The best in the game.